Good morning, everyone. We've already made it to April. Can you believe it? We hope you had a wonderful weekend, and if you celebrated Easter, we hope you had a wonderful day. Thanks so much for tuning into Real News Monday morning with us. I'm Sarah Stackhouse with Real News Communications Network. Let's get right to those top news stories of the day by looking at Jeff Crilley's rundown first. We're looking at a tweet from President Donald Trump last night. He said that the DACA deal is off. The Associated Press reports Trump also threatened to pull out of the free trade agreement with Mexico unless it, quote, does more to stop people from crossing into the U.S. Fox News reports the decision to cancel the DACA deal comes after a report of a caravan carrying more than 1,000 people traveling through Central America was headed to the U.S. hoping to gain asylum or get across the border illegally. The president gave Congress 6 months to find an answer to the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, but no decision was agreed upon. Look out for immigrant and immigration lawyer Paula V. Aluwalia in the media today. And do you really know what dirty objects are in your home and which are the filthiest? Well, apparently results show light switches are at the top. Kettle handle, kitchen sponge, remote control bin lid, door handles, toothbrush holder, toilet seat, and taps are the next dirtiest in your home. Keep an eye out for comments in media from the cleaning industry expert Debbie Sardone. And finally, if you're looking to sell your home, keep an eye out also for some of the costs that could be taking away from your overall profit of your sale. Zillow says closing costs, transfer taxes, and commissions for your real estate agent can move upwards of almost $20,000. Real estate expert Alex Dubay will be in the media talking about some of these crazy prices today. And don't forget, if you'd like to get on the mailing list, email Jeff directly at jeffcrilley@realnewspr.com. In other national news, SpaceX is launching the Dragon cargo spacecraft toward the International Space Station today to give them experiments and supplies. It'll be launching from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida, and it launches at 3:30 Central Time. You can watch it at space.com, courtesy of NASA. And the Final Four has come down to the Final Two. First seed Villanova is expected to beat 3-seed Michigan, but as we all know, in March Madness, anything is possible. That game is tonight at 8:20 Central Time on TBS. And here in Dallas, calling all entrepreneurs and hopefuls, it's Dallas Startup Week, and there's so much for you to experience here in Dallas, learning the ins and outs of owning your own business. And the best part? It's all free. What can people expect?
Yeah, so this year we have 16 different tracks. So a track is basically an industry. So we have art and music, fashion, health, capital and funding. So we have 16 different tracks. You can find them on our website. So people can expect really great content via sessions. We have keynotes, panels. We also have happy hours every evening. We have special events every single night. So you can expect just a whirlwind of events.
That's so exciting. And I know that a lot of people, we had no idea that there's so many industries and tracks like you were saying, but I know that a lot of people are kind of excited to be an entrepreneur and be their own boss. What are some of the reasons why this has really come to Dallas?
Well, first of all, Dallas is blowing up, and everybody knows there's tons of jobs, tons of opportunities. Companies are moving their headquarters here, thinking about moving their headquarters here, Amazon. And right now, there's just this entrepreneurship as a mindset and as a kind of thing that both corporations, startups, people that haven't even become a founder or gotten involved are really excited about.
To find out more information, that link is DallasStartupWeek.com. And today we also talk with author and relationship expert Donna ARP Weissman live for part 3 of her most recent book, The Wind Blew Innocent. Now remember, it takes us through her humble beginnings in West Texas that, as she says, may not have been so innocent, all the way up to her life as a single mother, remarried, an international business CEO, and a DFW city mayor. Let's take a look at part 2.
I knew I wouldn't be believed, or I felt like I wouldn't, and I felt like that might end after all of these night classes that I'd taken for years to try to finish my master's degree. This man held the future in my hands, or in his hands.
Don't forget, you can always scroll down RNCN to see anything that you may have missed last week. like a great live with Dr. Sally Friar Dietz showing the different ways that they can take you through a baseline assessment test to give you kind of a benchmark or a starting point for if you ever get a head injury or concussion.
This is something that we almost always see with a concussion, is how the eyes team together to follow an object as it comes close to the nose. So she's going to show you this.
All right, so what are we looking for here?
So we're looking at her eyes equally coming towards that target. And her left eye is cheating and coming in a little bit more. We need to work on that left eye, Miss Kayla. It's not bad though. But usually you can see a drastic where the right eye might sit completely out and the left eye might turn in. A lot of the times people will have diplopia or double vision within 10, even some people have them out to 20 centimeters from their nose.
Her part 2 of that assessment test is at 10:30 on April 12th, so make sure to mark your calendars and you can follow along with us live, comment, and get your questions answered. And this week in our bi-weekly segment, Live with Dr. J, we spoke with Dr. Johnson's colleague Emily McMurtry about the rehabilitative speech therapy and all that goes with it.
Another thing is don't finish sentences for them. So a lot of the times, like maybe for example, you've run across somebody who stutters.
Yeah.
They're working on getting a point across to you, and then you just fill in the blank. But it's always best to let them do that.
I feel like I do that all the time to like my family, or I jump in, or oh my goodness.
It's hard. It's very hard. You have to make yourself not fill in those blanks for them.
Next week, April 11th, we're going to be doing an allergy test live to show you that it's really not that scary, and it may help you kind of get a snapshot of what might be making you feel so crummy sometimes. That's Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. live here on the Facebook, again on the 11th. And right after that, also on the 11th, we'll talk to Lee Richardson, who is, of course, the owner and founder of the Brain Performance Center, a little bit about the brain cap and how it's used. She says that you can actually see the computer reading the movements in minor things like blinking or your teeth chewing. We spoke to her last week as well about 4 tips on how to have your brain remember things better, which we probably all need.
Repeat it out loud. Say it 3 or 4 times.
That's helpful.
Repetition, it really increases your likelihood of getting that information encoded into the brain.
Making it stuck there. Her next live is 2:30 next Wednesday on the 11th. Now, these are just some of the highlights from over the last week to prep you for the week ahead of you. Don't forget to join us for the lunch break on RNCN every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from noon to 1. You can catch it on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube also. And you can hear more on what's trending today and over the week with Josh Hart, Zach Lewis, and Matt Stoker. And you might get a couple of extra surprise characters. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to tune in on Friday to get a Flashback Friday and just a snapshot of your week.